Okay, and we're recording. Yes, we are. Okay. Take 506,085,223. Literally, branding or like trying to figure out what your vibe is or your aesthetic is so hard. It's so hard. I feel like I succeeded pretty well. You guys like the intro? You like the intro video? I liked it too. Hey, well, hi guys, it's Avery again. Welcome back to my channel. It took me, honestly, a long time. It took me a long time to make that very short, small animation, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm learning. And I thought, because I'm learning, why don't I share my process with you guys so you can learn along with me? So I created my branding, some would say. I created my intro video, which you just saw, my banner, and my profile picture, all using Procreate and my iPad and my Apple Pencil 2nd generation. I thought I would walk you guys through what I did, and you guys can follow along with me. With the speed draw of my, I guess this is my animating of the intro video, I actually used ChatGPT, the 4th one that's included with Dolly, and I asked a few prompts to help me get the main idea. And the image that they supplied me was the one you guys saw flash at the beginning. I asked it a bunch of different prompts, and eventually it spat out this one using my favorite color scheme, which is peaches and like greens. Yeah, so there I was kind of just outlining the parts that I wanted to keep. Now what I'm doing here is the animation process in the animation assist option in Procreate. What I'm doing right now is I'm creating a cascade of paint, and I'm using each frame to create a little line further and further that moves the image down the board or the easel. So once I finished that entire animation process, which took me probably about 3 hours just to create that water cascading down, so yeah, I don't know how animators do it. But here I'm using the color scheme that I really like, and I am putting the colors where I want it. I wanted to do a very minimalist, I guess, palette rather than a bunch of different colors and a bunch of complementary and contrary colors. I wanted to keep it cohesive. So I literally stick to those 4 or 5 colors, and I don't stray from them. Here I am going back into the animation process and bringing the blue paint into the animation. So that again took me another, honestly, at this point I was able to do it at a much faster pace. I understood what I needed to click and when, and I wasn't running into as many road bumps as I did before. What I learned was, one, it takes a really long time. It took me a really long time, and it's a bit frustrating because you're like, I know exactly what it's supposed to look like in my head. Why do I have to make every single frame move where I want it? That's just how the game goes. But once that frustration surpassed, I was really able to learn the closer you put together each line, the more smooth the movement will be. So when I first started it, my lines were really far apart, or my squiggles and everything were far apart, and the water cascaded like this. It wasn't smooth, it was choppy. So what I had to do was I went back, and in between each of the lines I did before, in each of my frames, I created another one. So I multiplied my frames by 2 and filled in the gaps so it was much smoother. And I could even assume that if I went back and did it again and created more lines between each and every one that exists now, it would be even more smooth and flawless. But if I had gone through and done my lines closer together in each frame, I think I would have saved myself some more time. But that's okay, you live and you learn. Okay, so the image that you're seeing right now is from ChatGPT. I was trying to see if it could create something cute that I could go off of, but it didn't. It just didn't end up happening, which is fine. But here I am tracing my own selfie, just so I can capture my likeness and not, make the process longer than it already was. Some would say that's cheating, Avery. And I would say, I know, but that's fine. It's okay. I don't have to do everything by the books every time. It's my art, it's my process. But anywho, so I'm going in, now I'm throwing in color over the lines that I used. I used the lines that would best, I guess, capture my likeness. Throwing in color now, and I'm sticking to that color palette slightly. I had to, veer off course so I could get my skin color, make the hair darker, but I'm still within the hues and the range of that color palette that you saw in my animation video. I want everything to be cohesive. So yeah, I'm adding in slight shadows, just trying to push things to see if I can make it a little bit more detailed, but I definitely end up veering on the side of simplicity. It's not, I didn't want to interrupt I didn't want to make it too busy. It's a very small picture that most people will see on their devices, so I didn't want to add too much detail and busyness. So when I looked at it, I was like, it's kind of bland, so I started adding some different elements like the stars on my face, the highlights, and the blue circle, just to kind of like bring it all together. This process was really fun. It did not take me that long, probably about 30 to 40 minutes, just because I didn't have to sketch myself out or anything like that. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I really liked how my picture came out. There was a lot I was worried about. I wasn't sure if it was gonna look good or if it was gonna look like me, but it definitely looks like me. It has my little flavor and my flair. So I'm really excited about how that came out, and I had a good time making it. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching the process of how I made my, my own aesthetic on my own channel, which is really exciting. Kind of wanted to just stop and talk about what I want this channel to be. For a really long time, I've always wanted to create. Even as a kid, I wasn't the type of kid that would sit down and draw. I was very much running around and not trying to sit still, but I always liked to create things. I made stories and characters, and I always wanted to keep that going. I lost it a bit in high school, but it's definitely a passion I found once I was in college and graduated. So I want to reignite that spark and try to really just be consistent and put my passions out into the world. It's a scary world out there, but I would rather spend my time doing something I love and sharing a message that I love than ignoring it and pretending it doesn't exist. So I'm going to try to post probably 2 times a week, and if not, then absolutely 1 time a week. I'm gonna try for Mondays and Thursdays, but we'll see what I can do. Go easy on me as I first start this out. I've never had a consistent posting of anything before, so it's gonna take some touch and go to figure out how it's gonna work for me. But I am really excited, and I hope you guys have a good time just, chilling and watching me talk about something that I really love to do. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. Please like this video, share it with somebody that you think might like it. Also, pop a comment down there just so we can have a chat. Thank you guys so much for watching, and you guys have a great rest of your week. Bye!